So that bitch back that ass up like an 18 with a white boy out here throwing bullets, call him Luke Key with desktop, man. They don't stuff on my new sneakers. Spend a couple racks on the hoe. Why you trying to please her? Old head really trying to hate you a fucking geezer. Star player balling all these hoes and you want to bleachers. Bitch boy, you a fucking quitter, time to hang it up. His name was Luke, caught him black and left his ass stay. Capping in your raps, you selling drinks to the fans. Hey, pay on his top 5K on your mans. Hey, fuck with the gang, get him clap like some hands. Hey, bitch, I'm high as hell, smoking 3 different strands. Some gotta reminisce. I'm dead in my own home, I bet y'all ain't know that shit. Life is tough, I can't cop out, I would never quit. Feel like messing up, she no cap, walking with a stick. Yeah, feel like Tank Davis, no cap, I'm a star. Yeah, we just selling these, I don't pop no fucking bars, no cap. Who the fuck you think I am? Hey, call me Bruce Cat, always got a different strand. Boy, I don't know you, I'm a test you. I'm trying to say these hoes feel cake, you ain't Superman. Don't have to lay a finger like I'm up, like a Jerry can. Mixtape ass, no cap, throw it in the can. Ha ha, laughing at his ass, he ain't got no bands. 412, they can't prove shit, don't need to take a stand. Stand, nigga, take a fucking seat, you don't have to stand. Posted on the block like a center, call me up some real. I feel like back in 2010, nah, you can't beat me. I feel like John Cena, hey, nah, you can't see me. Up, some green and you sweet as a peach tree. Up, bitch, on my soul, you would think it's a Ouija. On 10 toes, I'ma hold it down for my brother. Sniffing what's on me, baby, nigga, not a damn brother. I can switch on my fucking brothers, yeah, we got each other. Bars high like a bartender playing with some fire. Fuck with my game, we gon' crash like a drunk driver.
Salute, everybody. Welcome in. That's my man 150 Dream Team over there, bro. He's the man who baptized me, Bruce Gas, and and I was fortunate enough to have my name mentioned in this song he put out, man. And 150, great guy. I'm over his place all the time. Hardworking man, always puts out great content, man. One of the nicest channels on YouTube. One more of these before I put it down for a little while. I got my brother over here. Speaking of great men, my brother, my co-host on Tuesday Night Fights, man, George Jakovic, everybody, man. George, there's my man, 150. He stepped in the room. My brother, nice. George Jakovic over here. George, what's happening, brother?
Hey, man, I'm just, I'm happy it's a Tuesday because you know what that means. It is Tuesday night.
Tuesday night at the fights, my brother. Tuesday night fights. I told you I look forward to this from Wednesday morning on. Let's say.
Yeah, but, I know.
And you know we got a few people that came in the house. Let me shout them out, man. My brother Jellybean 4280, first one in the house, man. Thank you so much, brother. Carl Dundee, man. My brother Carl Dundee from down under. Salute, Carl Dundee Hansen, man. Mo Boxing out there, bro. I hope you're getting through Ramadan okay, my brother. Peace, man. Peace, Mo Boxing. Derek Bailey, salute to you, brother. Salute. Puro in the house. My man Underground Asylum's in here, man. Salute to my brother Underground Asylum. And of course, man, 150 Dream Team. #1 rapper on YouTube, man. Check him out.
Is that whose song you were playing?
That's whose song I was playing. Yes, sir. In fact, he's the man who baptized me, Bruce Gas.
Oh, okay.
He says, you're Bruce Gas. You've spoken 5 strands. I said, 150, you're right. And from that moment on, Bruce went.
I see your colors have changed too. You got the green going on. You got the fluorescent neon. I like it.
Well, I'm not too conscious when I put those things on there, and I kind of like bright colors. So, springtime neon green. George, let me ask you, my brother, how'd you make out with that water heater, man? I forgot to ask you earlier.
It's one of the joys of owning a home. I went downstairs and the water heater's in the basement, and there was a little flood down there waiting for me. But
Oh yeah.
It's all good. We won't have hot water tonight, but we'll have a new heater tomorrow. So you know what? I look at it. My wife and I, we look at it like it's an upgrade. We needed one anyway. It was probably 15 years old, so it was needed.
You know, I feel the same way about my home. You know, when I put money into it, I'm taking care of my dwellings, but it's also it's like putting money in the bank, especially the way real estate is today. I mean, it's just it's better than putting money in the bank. George, the crazy real estate market. Now, I moved into my home almost 40 years ago. Since I moved in here, the value has gone up 20 times.
Wow.
Isn't that like wow? I mean, like,
yeah, we've been in this house for less than 3 years, and I know it's probably gone up 40% since we've been here. And you know, people say that all the time. They say, "Oh man, my house is worth so much more." A lot of people think about that and they think, "Oh, I'm going to make so much money." But guess what? You have to find a place to live. Exactly, because everything is expensive. So, you know, unless you're going to live, you know, in some little hut somewhere, you're going to pay some money for wherever you're going to go.
I'd like to live in a hut somewhere, like on Gilligan's Island with Ginger and Mary Ann. That's before your time, bro. But
no. Are you kidding? Are you crazy? I saw they reruns, Bruce. Reruns. Growing up, I watched it all the time. Now that would have been a nice place to be.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Ginger and Mary Ann. Yes. I think in my generation, she turned a lot of boys straight. She set them straight, as they say. Hey, I think we got a couple more people that came in since we were talking. I'm great to see it. My brother, Mr. Mechanical, man. Thank you, my bro. Thank you. Thank you so much. Carlos Mendoza from the dark side coming in, man.
So you said one of the guys is from Australia?
Yeah, Carl the Crocodile Dundee Hansen himself, brother.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Jimbo's in here, one of my favorite personalities on the internet, man. And let's see, anybody else come in here? I don't want to miss anybody. DP Rocker, my brother. Salute, brother. Salute. Yeah, we're in here firing up over here, man. We're going to talk about the body punches, the great body punches that we've seen, man, because there's something about body punching, you know? It's almost a lost art in today's boxing. Wouldn't you say so, George?
Yes, it is. And, you know, I was not a professional boxer, but I boxed. I sparred a lot when I was younger. And headshots never hurt, but body shots, they hurt. Like, they hurt. And you can see, like, some of these fights we're going to play, they hurt. And yeah, I wish more guys, you know, there's certain fighters that still go to the body, but I don't know. It just seems like there were more dedicated body punchers back in the day.
I was talking to some of the OGs today about body punching, and one of them said, how about Tony Zale and Graciano? You check that one out? And I did, and I'm like, wow. Savage body punching where you can feel ribs cracking when you see that. You can almost, you want to look at your urine when you go to the bathroom the next time, you know? It's like just jarring, and you see the fighters every time they get them, something's coming out of them. And man, the legs go, and
remember when Pacquiao and Thurman fought? You know, Pacquiao won a big upset just a couple of years ago. I remember the big knockdown, of course, in the first round, but I think it was the 10th or the 11th round. Pacquiao hit Thurman with a body shot and just almost crumbled him. So body shots just
underrated. But Keith Thurman is another one, though. He seems to have a little chink in that body.
Well, we saw that in his last fight too. Yes, you're right. But that just goes to show you that a good body puncher, that is an underutilized weapon in the sport.
We're gonna see that. Kui, thank you so much for coming in, Kui. Thank you so much for coming in. Where the art of body punching is going to be happening tonight. So make sure those ribs are taped up. We're going to get into some good one. What do we got for our first fight here, George?
So for the first one, I went by the YouTube page. You had a picture of Julio Cesar Chavez and Greg Haugen. 1993. The 132,000 people were at this fight in Mexico, and this was a Don King Promotions. You know, Chavez was a Don King fighter, so you remember the setup of that fight. Haugen talked a little bit of trash to the wrong guy.
Oh yeah, Haugen was his nickname was the Mutt. I mean, he was a trash talker, and he backed up his trash talking most of the time. You know, like I was telling you earlier, one of my hometown boys, Vinny Pazienza, they fought, 30 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
30 plus years ago. And I spoke to Vinny, and he said, if I see him on the streets, I'm going to choke him out.
Yeah.
I mean, you know.
Yeah, Haugen could get under your skin.
Yeah, he could.
But I don't know, man. Certain fighters you don't talk trash to, and Julio Cesar Chavez is a guy I would probably not talk trash to, and Haugen did. And in fact, I think what was the phrase he called Chavez's opponents?
Tijuana taxi cab drivers. Tijuana taxi drivers. It was Silver Surfer. Salute my brother. It was definitely a time for there was hatred in the air. You could tell. Chavez was silently, calculatingly. He knew what he was going to do. He knew that he was going to take that body and turn it into a rib roast, which is exactly what he did. Con Shawnery, my brother.
Oh,
thanks for coming in, man. Con Shawnery's going to like some of these fights. But yeah, this fight was a build up on pay-per-view too at the time. I remember this fight, so much animosity, and they really played on that. You know, they really showed Haugen at his nastiest. Pigeon Mike Tyson, you don't need a wrench, man. I'll give you a wrench. I'll give you a wrench on the knees when I see you. No, I'm only kidding, bro. You be a good boy in here, and we'll get you wrenched up. But you know how it is, man. George told me not to. So anyway. We're gonna watch Greg Haugen, and we're gonna watch Julio Cesar Chavez. Historically now, Chavez, one of the greatest body punchers in boxing. He really utilizes that body in just a slow, calculating way. Someone we couldn't do this stream without mentioning. The Barbarian King. That's Phil too, man. He comes in all kind of different disguises. But let's check this out here, man. February 3rd, 1993. Yeah, we got Julio Cesar Chavez, and he was at the the Azteca Stadium, was it, George?
I think it was the Azteca Stadium. Yep.
Over 100,000.
Over 130,000.
Oh my God!
And look at Haugen is still. He was still. Look, he talked the talk, man, up until the bell rang.
Cocky guy. Jose, salute to you, my brother. Thanks for stopping by. We are watching something which excites me, and that's the body punch. I always admired body punches, and you know, being a short guy and just hanging, you know, knowing a lot of guys who weren't gifted to be an outside boxer and didn't have that fluidity. There's only one other way. You have to be a slugger. You have to learn the art of body punching. There's some great fighters that can master both. Chavez was dare I say, one of them. Marvin Hagler, another one. But otherwise, man, body punches, they'll put their head on your chest.
Chavez did not want to touch gloves. Chavez was, man, 130,000 people.
Imagine 130,000 of your countrymen, basically. And here we go, 1993. Doesn't sound that long ago when you mention it, but when you think about it, long time.
93, yeah. And look at that. He wobbled him already with a right hand.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Haugen had a good chin.
Yes, he did.
See that left hook? He just threw a left hook to the body. That and another one. That was Chavez's thing. That left hook to the body. It just took.
The Mexican liver shot, they used to call that. It would take it out. And that's the thing about the body. I know so many fighters who say they'd rather catch one right on the jaw than get that left hook to the liver. Oh,
again, and I'm not a boxer, but body shots hurt. They hurt me when I got hit in certain places. So that was a rough first round for Haugen. I couldn't find the whole stream, so this is like a highlight. But
we're gonna see those Chavez body shots. And he knows he's got Haugen. Haugen knows that too. Haugen's already on his back foot.
At this point, Haugen's got to be thinking, man, should I have talked all this trash with a left hook? I mean, I never saw Haugen. Haugen lost some fights, but he never got beat up like this.
No.
And the left hook,
Yep, there it goes all the time. And Chavez, he'd shoot that straight right. He'd shoot that left hook Oh, look at that.
I mean, he was so fluid.
And Haugen, you can see his elbows, and he's down. He knows what that punch feels like. He's felt it a few times. When those aren't, like the famous line by Joe Frazier that we used, that I plagiarized in this show, man. You kill the body and the head will die.
Yeah.
Joe Louis, Joe Frazier.
Oh. And
Quickly, if anybody, excuse me, George, quickly, you take charge, man. Anybody's trolling here, if they have a wrench, tell me and I'll get rid of them. If they don't have one, do your thing, sweetheart, man. We don't need any trolls here. Look, there we go, man. Look at, jeez.
You know what was cool about Chavez? He would dip to that. Before he threw that left hook, he just dipped to the left and just cranked it. He got so much leverage from his legs and his body. What a cool scene with 130,000 people watching this fight.
Texas Stadium might be like that in a couple of weeks. Maybe, what another one into that.
The Fury White fight in Wembley is going to have 100,000 people at it.
Wow. You think it's going to sell out for sure? It's probably already sold out.
Probably.
Yeah, Chavez.
White fight in Wembley is going to have 100,000 people at it.
Wow. You think it's going to sell out for sure?
Wow.
Amazing stuff. No, Chavez, he showed his body punching when he fought Roger Mayweather.
You could just pick your fight pretty much with Chavez because he always went after your body. We chose this one because this was 130,000 people in Mexico watching their hero just retain his 140-pound belt.
Just great stuff. Just great stuff. And once again, the lost art of body punching. You've got to see some of the great fighters of recent history. That was their trademark, body punches. I mean, guys like Joe Frazier. Guys like Mike McCallum. I mean, Mickey Ward.
It's funny though, the greatest of all time, Muhammad Ali. It's funny because he never went to the body, but maybe if he did, I don't know. He did what he did, but he never went to the body. I think I don't remember which fight I saw him land a shot to the body, and then the announcers even said, I think it was Cosell made a point that he never goes to the body. He just never did. He was a headhunter, but the body is there, and like you said, you kill the body, the head will die. And Chavez did that to over 100 people.
So many classics, examples of it.
So when we're ready, this is one of my favorite body shot knockouts. Roy Jones.
And
Virgil Hill from 1998, April 25th, 1998 in Mississippi. Now, Jones had just gotten his light heavyweight belt back. He had gotten disqualified against Montel Griffin, his first loss, and he came back. And you remember that rematch. I mean, he just obliterated Griffin in one round.
Obliterated him.
So this was the fight after that. Virgil Hill had been a long-time light heavyweight champ, and he lost his belt against Darius Mikolszewski. So Virgil Hill was a really, really good fighter. He won the belt. I think he won it a couple of times. Really good fighter, and had only been knocked out once. He had only been knocked out once in his long career, and this was the night.
What was he? Bismarck, South Dakota? Is that where Virgil was from?
I believe so. Yes, somewhere out. Yeah, South Dakota, North Dakota.
I know it was Bismarck and he used to sell out. That was one of his things. He was a hometown hero. Hey, somebody just crawled in the back door. My brother, Mad Chad.
The Mad Chad won. There he is.
He's in the flesh today.
No, I'm on my horse. I'm on my horse, Bruce. I'm on the Canelo horse.
You're always on the horse, Mad Chad.
Hey, Chad, how are your ribs?
Oh my God, so much better. I mean, so much better. Still a little discomfort, but just like, if you Google it, if you ask Alexa, broken ribs, I'm par for course. Second time around, they're no fun. But thanks for asking, George. I hope all is well with you and everybody. I talk with Bruce regularly. George, that 3 minutes with George is epic. It's awesome. That's some great shit, George. You're still doing the shit, and it's beautiful stuff. Like I say, the greatest sport in the world, and oh my God, do we have a bunch of great shits, present day fights coming up. I mean,
oh man, April is an awesome month of fights. I mean, it's an awesome month of fights.
Let's go, baby.
Saturday, there's literally 5 cards on Saturday. Not to mention, I think 3 that are out in some Russian province, and
there's a big card happening up here in Lewiston, Maine. Joey Gamache is going to be there. A bunch of Bangor fighters. I think some fighters coming up from Boston. The Portland Boxing Club. But Lewiston hasn't had fights in quite a while, so it's good to have fights back in Lewiston. And the legendary Yoda, Joey Gamache, will be there. And his family members, like I say, I work with his nephew, and they're all hyped about it. $20 a ticket. There's like 40, 55 Gamaches. I mean, there's a lot of Gamaches. And so it's just good to see Lewiston, having boxing back with the whole, the lineage of Lewiston goes back to the most greatest epic picture of all, Mona Lisa, and you have Ali over Liston.
Yep.
Those are the 2 greatest, photographs that I know in my history.
Yep.
And, but it's just good to see boxing is back, and like George just mentioned, April is a fucking fire month for boxing, and Bruce is firing the toka too. I mean, we got some. I see Arguello in the. Wow, let's go, baby, let's go.
Hey, Bruce is not going to be happy this weekend though, because I know Bruce, you don't like going back and forth with the fights, Bruce. I know.
Well, George,
I hear you.
I'm a ham and egg, and I'm an easy come, easy go. I'm so grateful that I can sit on my couch and I can watch these fights. And at the end of the fights, I don't have to go look for my car in the parking lot. I don't have to go see if my key's going to fit in the motel room. Well, I just can go to bed. And I can get on YouTube and talk about it. Nah, I'm not bummed at all. I'm blessed. I'm thanking the Lord above for what He's given to me over here, the autumn years of my life, brother.
Well, you know what? You'll be happy because April's a good month.
I know.
April is a good month.
Let me shout out to Lance Meyer, who stopped in the room to see us over here. John McSmith, as always, my brother. Salute. Geo James is in the building, man. Anybody else sneak in the Jab Jamboree? My brother Ak Richa, a fellow boxer from New York, George. You might want to look him up and manage him. Up and comer over there.
Who's that?
Ak Richa, the Jab Jamboree.
Okay.
Anthony, well, Ak Richa right now. Anybody else come in? Snacks B, my brother. Salute to you. Salute to you, Snacks B. Always coming, always showing love and support, man. Marion G, thanks for coming in, my brother. George, I just love to shout people out that come in here, man. It's a good feeling to see them coming in here for us. And I'm hearing everybody's telling me they're digging on this Tuesday night fight routine we're doing, bro. So
hey, look who's in here. Drew Titan's in here.
Drew, my brother. Salute to the Drew out there, man. Thanks for coming in,
brother. Shout out to Drew Titan. Hop on, Drew. Hop on, and let's have some funs here. Let's have some fun, Drew.
Trick Nolte.
There's the legendary Trick Nolte. I mean, Bruce, you have some heavy hitters swinging by.
Hey, bro. And I thank them for it, too. I thank them for it. I'm going to drop a link in here, man. If any of you guys want to come up, Black and Browns over here, salute to you, man. This is on Mad Chad's. Mad Chad says invite him, man. Mad Chad's the 3rd host we have here. We got one more. He might be coming in. We don't hold anybody to anything over here, man. If they come in, they come in. And we don't usually do this, but we have such a chock full. We have a house full of chock full boxing enthusiasts over here. So if any of them want to come in and share some memories of some decent.
And who's that over in the corner looking down on George? Look who's on George's shoulder. The legendary Kurt Anderson Sugar right there. Kurt, here you go, George, right? Like the Brady Bunch. There he is, the legendary Kurt Sugar right there. Yep. Good shit, Bruce. Good shit, Bruce.
I think about him every day, man. I've never met the man, never touched flesh with him. I spoke to him many times, and I don't know, man. He he moved me like nobody else has, man. So God bless Curtis Anderson. And we're gonna have a dinner for him on his birthday. I'm doing something to get it together, and man, I hope anybody that wants to join us and celebrate his birthday, celebrate his life, stay in the loop, man. Stay in the loop, and we'll let you know. So what do we got here for our next our next bag of bones over here?
We've got Superman Roy Jones.
Oh, that's right. That's right. George, man, you're going to slap me in the head. I told you. I forget so fast, bro. I can remember this fight. I can remember the night I saw it. I can remember the strain of grass that I smoked watching it. But I can't remember what you told me on the phone 20 minutes ago.
All right, let's get to the...
PGH Big Dog, man. Salute to you, bro. Thanks for stopping in. We're kicking back. We're watching some boxing over here. Tuesday night fights. Tonight we're talking about the body snatchers. Kill the body and the head will die, bro. That's as old as boxing.
When he was in his prime, Roy Jones could do anything. He could knock you out to the body, to the head, with his hands behind his back, with his eyes closed.
Anything.
Houdini. He was Houdini before Halloween.
He played a game of semi-pro basketball on a Saturday afternoon and fought on a Saturday night.
Well, yeah, HBO made that was before I got there, but they made that.
Wow.
That was their feature. They followed him all day long. He played basketball, and then he defended his belt later that night. He was. Whoo.
I'm smoking some grape ape over here. If anybody's interested, being a card-carrying legal marijuana patient for the state of Rhode Island.
And I've got some Cool Blue Thirst Quencher Gatorade right here.
Me,
I'm a card-carrying member of the Gatorade Thirst Quencher Cool Blue. This is some
water.
Cool Blue right here.
For what it's worth, George, the Powerade's a little less sugar and a little cheaper. And if you can get past the taste of it, it's real similar. The Powerade is a little better for you.
Yeah,
I
usually drink water. Water.
Water's the best thing. Water hydrates.
PBR. Beer's good, too. Beer's good.
There you go.
Beer's the best. Beer's the best, for sure. But, see, the sports drinks have a lot of electrolytes in there, and they have extra carbohydrates and a lot of milk.
George is looking like a snack athlete. George, are you on the snack supplements? Since I seem to follow you, you seem to really looking slim.
Hey, don't you overtalk me, because I'll cut your mic right off, bro.
Oh, sorry, Bruce, but I was just saying, the supplements. You mentioned supplements there, and George, like I said, I was just asking, are you into the snack supplements, George? Because you seem to be getting rather slim and fit.
3 times a day.
No snack supplements for me.
Are you on the TB12? Are you Tom Brady 12?
No, yes, not on the TB12.
Yes, you are, George. You can tell us, just between me, you, Chad, and 2 or 3 people out there.
Between us. Just between us.
But man, Roy Jones is just so cool in that ring. And he's fighting an established light heavyweight champ who, what did he have? 8 defenses? I mean, he was the main Virgil Hill was synonymous.
He had his belt for a while, and he had just lost it to Michalczewski. He had the belt for a few years, so this was his first fight. He had lost the belt about a year before this fight.
And he was a silver medalist, an Olympic silver medalist too.
Yeah, on that great team, on that great 84 team.
Yes, Quicksilver. Eating charges. Salute to you, bro. Thanks for coming in here, man.
Man, Roy Jones could land lead left hooks. Like I've heard of lead right hands, but he was landing lead left hooks.
He could do the unorthodox orthodox. He just had. He was that man. That guy for 2 or 3 years. I was looking at him like he was the next coming of Sugar Ray Robinson. He was just that athletic, and he had that much talent. And he was in a stacked division too, man. He had Bernard Hopkins and James Toney and Michael. I mean, it was so much talent there. And our brother Marlon Starling nipping at his heels all the time too.
We got to get Marlon on. I've reached out to him a few times and I didn't hear back, but we have to get Marlon on the show.
Well, with Marlon, you have to call him because he's not too big into texting. Okay, you called him? Okay,
yeah.
Good. Great guy, man. I can't wait to get him on here. We almost had him on, George, almost. And we had his brother in the audience, Desiree. Dude, it was a great show, and they're just getting better and better. Trick Nolte, my bro. I'm sorry I didn't get back to you earlier. I know how things go. We run it like a grassroots operation that it is, man. We're having a good old time here, and we're showing some of the great body punches that we've seen. And Roy Jones and Quicksilver, they're both very equal in their size, their height, and it seems that almost their boxing ability here, because this looks like a classic boxing match where Roy Jones is almost on the defense. He's trying to catch punches, knock him down.
Yeah, Jones was, he wasn't a big light heavyweight. That's why it's incredible that he went up to heavyweight. And,
that was
beat Ruiz.
That was unheard of. Wait a minute, Matt Chad. I'll get you back in here. We got you back, Chad. You're back again, brother.
Wow. I mean, Roy Jones Jr. was so good at this time. Like you're saying, Bruce, I don't remember Sugar Ray Robinson, but he was the Michael Jordan of that time. He was the pound-for-pound best boxer, hands down. I mean, unquestionably, the cat twitch, the cat and mouse, that left hook. I mean, everything he did was kind of wrong, but only he could do it. He had that God gift. He was God-given talent.
And the power he had, too. He had the speed and the power that he had.
Accuracy, lethal.
He was, I mean, man, he may be the best fighter I've ever seen with my eyes in my era of fighters. Obviously, I didn't see Sugar Ray Robinson or really Ali, but Roy Jones in his prime he was like an artist, man. He could just do everything.
And he was on the heels of Sugar Ray Leonard too. Your favorite fighter, George. A lot of similarities there. A lot of similarities. And the thing about Roy Jones, I liked it too, is he's still accessible. He's still promoting fights. You see him at ringside once in a while. And I mean the show that he put on with Mike Tyson, I'm just glad nobody got hurt there. And hey, I went to bed with a smile on my face that night.
Well, I've told you on this show a few years ago, Roy Jones was training Devin Alexander for a comeback fight, and I was working with Fox, and we were doing a show on the fight, and I was on Roy's farm in Pensacola. And honestly, he is really into training fighters now. He hasn't really found one that's had a lot of success, but he has people that live on his property, fighters that live on his property. And I saw him every day just holding court, like to 5-6 guys that live on the property and just talking boxing, giving them tips. He really tries to help these fighters, and they live on his property in Pensacola because he's got like acres and acres of land. It's just a huge like farm area, and they love him, and he gives his time to these guys. And it's not when the cameras aren't around, that's just who he is now.
Man, what an HBO special that would make.
Yes, I wanted to go back and just do something about him on his farm and training fighters. And unfortunately, Devin lost that fight, that comeback fight that he had. But just being around, it was cool being around Roy on his farm and watching him, take the tractor out and do all the things that he did years ago when he was with HBO.
That's probably why he stays so lean, so fit. Because he's definitely, I mean, even if he didn't box, he would baseball, football. I mean, the man was just so. I mean, he's what I'd aspire my children to grow up to physically be. I mean, that is just one gifted athlete.
Yeah,
we're lucky he chose boxing. It was a shame to see him in the latter part of his career too.
It was heartbreaking. it was heartbreaking watching. I mean, watching Roy Jones get knocked on like face
Violently.
first by
Violent.
guys that would have gone 2 or 3 rounds with him in his prime. But that's boxing. I mean,
It was bad, but not as bad as Ali. That was
no,
bad.
no,
It
nothing
wasn't
could be as
Ali.
bad as that.
Right.
But
Well,
Roy,
but we never
It
saw
was bad.
Ali get knocked out as violently as we saw Roy Jones get knocked
but
out.
Ali took a lot of punishment. I mean,
Yes.
but you're right. Roy Jones, I saw him get knocked
brutal.
out like on face
Yeah.
first, and
Ah,
Several times.
ah.
I don't know if it was because he needed money.
Once you get that bug in you, man, that's heroin right there, man. Once you're a fighter, look at Evander Holyfield. Look at the greatest fighters in history. They all had to come back. And the one I just talked about, I did a little special on him last week. Jerry Quarry. After 10 years of basically medical induced retirement, he came back and got
They should have never licensed him.
No.
They should have never ever licensed him.
Oh, brutal.
Isn't Roy Jones Russian? I believe
Eaton, salute, brother.
Roy Jones has
he has dual citizenship, I believe.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that's business, purely business reasons there.
Yeah,
I hope
heard
so
rumors,
anyway.
but I don't even want to. Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I
this is
love Roy.
this is where I could put Roy Jones. Like, when you talk about all-time greatest athletes that I've seen in my life, I have Bo Jackson, Deion Sanders, Michael Jordan, and Roy Jones for that little peak as an athlete, the way that he moved, that twitch was just Allen Iverson with the crossover, if you could translate it to basketball, like he was just beyond coaching. It was just, he was God gifted with an ability that very, very few human beings have ever had the opportunity to hold. And when he was at the peak, like you say, George, when I watched him box at times, I go, this is the best boxer I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
I said it when I watched him,
And, Carlos Mendoza said he should have retired after winning the heavyweight title. Yeah, we all wish that the boxers had these storybook endings. And for Roy Jones, his storybook ending would have been after he beat Ruiz, and he's the heavyweight champ. Just like Ali, you could have said he could have retired after maybe the third Frazier fight, but even if he stopped after the second Spinks fight. But they don't often have storybook endings. It's just the fact of the sport, the nature of the sport.
I'm going to say 80% of the boxers, the greatest boxers, when they retire, it's with an L.
Yeah. Sugar Ray Leonard, Joe Louis, Muhammad Ali, on and on and on. Hagler. Yeah, you're right. Hagler.
Yeah. It's one of those things where you don't really think about it that often, but when you do, it's like child's play. When they get that L, that's when it's time to go. And then you get the guys like Larry Holmes who do that comeback tour and bring back old opponents, and nobody gets hurt. They probably all stay in the same hotel, eat at the same dinner table.
Right.
Almost a WWE.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm. But yet then there's the violent endings like we were just talking about with Ali and with Roy Jones, and just boxing, man. Boxing. Why do we love boxing, guys? Why do we love boxing so much? What's that, brother?
The Sugar Ray Leonard, when he got fucking sparked at the end there, that was like heartbreaking. I'm like, that ain't
macho.
Oh, that was sad. That was sad.
But Greg Haugen versus Camacho, that was a good one. I'll tell you that. Greg Haugen,
that was it.
I was thinking about him with his marijuana problem, because he got in a lot of problem for the weed, and just imagine if he was fighting today, he would have never gotten all those problems, because he had a lot of opportunities slip by him because of marijuana. He had to do, service, community service, got stripped of his shit, and he got fucked up for marijuana.
You want to see someone
but
get
shout out to
up?
Greg Haugen.
Mad Chad, Roy Jones is about to land that body shot, and I never saw anyone react the way Virgil Hill reacted to this shot.
Yeah, numbing.
Now,
Check your email, brother.
Never been knocked out.
Check your email, Trick.
Yeah, Virgil Hill, no joke. Oh,
No joke whatsoever. I mean, this is
right hook
look
to
at
the body.
to the kidneys, to
right,
the
right,
He
right.
was
It was a right.
screaming.
That was a right.
paralyzing, and that was shocking. I remember this fight. I believe this was HBO, wasn't it, George?
Yeah, it was HBO.
Okay, because the Thomas Hearns was another one, but this fight was HBO, and it was a close fight. Nobody expected this. Nobody had seen Virgil Hill wilt like this.
Ooh, and these replays, I think he hit him. I think he hits him like on the ribs, literally on the ribs.
Just so much
High
pain.
I never saw a guy react like that.
Brutal, right.
Broke his ribs, John McSmith says. And that's like, the movie we've all seen, Rocky 1. What is Apollo Creed? What do they say to him in the corner? Says he's busting you up on the inside. I'm going to stop this fight.
Bruce,
No.
I think they even got the same gloves on too, which is nice.
Here's a replay.
Yep, they do. Those
right hook.
Everlast, it looks like. Here we go.
Boom. Right on his upper ribs, like his upper.
Right under the floating rib, I think that was, man. I think that's the sweet spot they talk about.
I think that's where I broke my ribs, but on the other side, no, mine. That was the same side I broke my ribs. No, mine was
BP Rocker, you know it, man. Shit. What can you say? Ouch. Both. And usually body punches are an accumulation that finishes you off. Not so much one like that, but one placed perfectly on the bullseye.
Yeah, and Roy wasn't known as like a huge body puncher, but man, I mean the way Virgil Hill was screaming, he was like screaming out in pain.
Definitely.
He swung for the fences with that punch. That was a home run swing to the fucking ribs. You know that like I say that.
No, man. Excuse me. Yeah.
You got some shout outs to do there?
Yeah, I'm trying to clear my screen up here. Give me a second here, man. Give me a second. I got somebody just bopped in over here, my brother Trick Nolte. And let me see who's out there in the audience. My brother Trick Nolte. Salute. Snacks B, I shouted you out here, my brother. Let's see who else stopped in here, man.
Trick's always got it ready.
Oh yeah. Trick with those magazines. Keep your eye on that mail, Trick. You're gonna find some more in there, man. So what's up, my brother Trick Nolte?
What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing?
We're doing great, bro. We're doing great. How are you doing?
Doing good. What's up, man? Chad, George, what's up, man?
Sure.
Well, man, Chad, what's going on?
Trick Nolte, the most popular guy on YouTube, man. Shout out to Trick Nolte. Trick is a friend of mine, man. I talk to Trick all the time. Trick brings guests. Trick goes out of his way to talk to other boxers, man. Believe me, Trick's life should be a movie because Trick deals with so many fighters and puts together shows. And, man, I think the first time I talked to Trick, he says, hang on a second. We're on a three-way call with Kirk Johnson. Then he calls me. We're on with Nate Campbell. And I'm like, whoa. This guy just never stops, and he works third shift. He works the graveyard shift on top of it. How does he do it?
And Trick, what I respect about you, is that you're getting these fighters, these past generation fighters. A lot of these guys are forgotten, and they shouldn't be. The focus is on today all the time. I get it, but
thank you.
Boxing has the greatest history. I always say it's got the greatest history, and the fact that you contact these fighters and give them some love and let them shine and let them get their stories out there. That I love that stuff. I love you reaching out to these guys, and I know they love it too.
Yeah,
really.
Yeah,
it gets better. And
one
better.
guy that. I spoke with Kelsey Banks the other day, man. He was real shocked, man, that somebody reached out to him. So we'll be seeing him, get him on pretty soon. Arthur Williams fought Giraffe. He was shocked somebody reached out to him, man. And And I tell them guys, man, once you're done fighting these promoters, these managers, they don't care nothing about y'all, man. And all they care about is when y'all put, butts in the seats and make them money,
Yep. And they all have stories, man. Like you talk to all these guys, almost all of them, they have a great story to tell, and they're great at telling their story. And I just love that you shine a light on these guys.
Let me shout out Dr. Mark from Flawless Mentality out there, man. Salute, Dr. Mark. Thanks for coming in. Jeff Lucietta, my brother. Peace to you, my man. Peace to you. All right, man. We're going to Trick.
Sounds like a.
Who's your favorite body puncher out there, bro?
Today or just
all time boxing. Yeah, number one. Who do you not want to get hit in the body from?
Body snatcher, man. Mike McCallum.
He's next.
Mike McCallum is next.
I wouldn't let Ricardo look. You know what? I want to say something real quick. I'm gonna go back. Roy Jones fought Glenn Wolf. Remember Glenn Big Bad Wolf?
Oh yeah.
And he went 10 rounds with Tony, like the fight previous, and then Roy stopped him in one round with a body shot. Now you should pull that fight up. That fight there, man, was just like at middleweight, just unbelievable. The combinations, man. I don't know if y'all remember that fight, but he fought Glenn Big Bad Wolf and stopped
Roy
him with
Jones,
a body
man.
shot. Made him turn up.
We'll keep that fight going for you, my brother. Let's see what we got here, man. I know George has got one to pull up over here.
Bruce, could you ask me who's my favorite body puncher?
I didn't ask you. Sorry, Mad Chad. I know it's Marvin Hagler, but tell me, who's your favorite body puncher besides Mickey Ward?
Irish Mickey
there you
Ward.
Go.
He's on here too.
Oh yeah, can't go wrong with Mickey Ward.
Irish Mickey Ward. Man. We're gonna watch a fight with Mickey Ward that is just, the art of body punching. But right now we're gonna watch Mike McCallum. I got to figure out how to get this on there here, man. All right, here we go. No, that's not what I want to do. How do I get that on the screen, George?
Well, I'm sharing it to you. There you go.
Is it on? Okay.
It's on.
Oh, nice.
Now,
there we go. I like it. Full screen, baby. Let's go.
Now Julian Jackson.
This is big screen.
Julian Jackson was one of the biggest punchers ever in boxing.
Ever.
Julian the Hawk Jackson. What did he have? Everybody knocked out everybody except one person, maybe.
Killing him.
And Mike McCallum's nickname, of course, like we said, the Body Snatcher. So,
and look who's in the ring with that big white suit on there.
Who's that, Donnie?
That's Donald. The big Donald.
Frank Freeman.
Bruce, let's go, baby. Let's go.
Action. This lagging is not on me, George.
You know what?
We see Lou Duver. I mean, this is look at the royalty in there. Carl King. You got Lou Duver in there.
I'm 29-0, 27 knockouts.
Wow.
Georgie Benton.
Yeah,
Tommy Brook, yeah.
Yep. Mike McCallum had some brain power in that corner.
I just said earlier, I said that there's going to be some royalty in the ring right now.
Yeah, 26-0, 23 knockouts. Man, these guys were beasts at 154.
Well, this is the kind of a fight you just don't see today. Two undefeated champions going in the ring against each other like this.
Say what you want about Don King.
I think Mike McCallum would beat Terrence Crawford and Earl Spence in the same night.
I wouldn't bet against McCallum.
Yeah, I think he'd beat Spence and Crawford in the same night.
I'd take that bet. I'd take McCallum. Because Julian Jackson was vicious, man. Julian Jackson was vicious. He was a hard puncher. Yep. That is some white suit that Don King has on too, by the way.
Oh, Unbelievable. And
Hey,
Don King is a big man. Look at how.
Bruce, would you rock suits like this?
Oh yeah,
What's up?
Yes.
a lot of gold with it too. You know. Yeah, Julian the Hawk Jackson. Look at he's got a
Jackson. How he looking?
Yeah, what a fight! The anticipation for a fight like this. This is something that.
Hey, can you imagine one of his kids bringing home a bad report card and they got to stare at that?
God. Oh,
I
would never bring home a bad report card.
This fight is on today. This fight would be on the magnitude of Errol Spence and
Terrence Crawford. Yes, absolutely.
Oh yeah, man. And he'd be on.
See, but TV. These guys, they fought back then.
They didn't have to be nudged into it. They didn't have to make concessions. They fought. Don King said, "Here's the contract. Sign it." You signed it. You fought.
Hey, y'all, watch out Julian Jackson run across the ring, man. I hate to spoil it for the people that ain't seen it, but I'm sorry, man. I had to say that real quick.
No, now it just makes you, that makes you anticipate it even more.
And you got your
you're like, ooh, man, you said
flag from the Virgin Islands over here, and then you got your Jamaican flag on the other side.
Look at him. Goodness great. Caught a left hook. Rocking them ponies, man. Look at them shoes, man. He rocking them ponies.
Larry Holmes.
Oh, yeah. They were all rocking them ponies back in the day.
And look, McCallum's already landed 3 body shots. McCallum always went. I mean, what a great nickname, the Body Snatcher.
Yeah, McCallum is just so concentrated on that body, and you really have to pay attention to see it because you think he's going for the head, but just so subtle and bang, both hands, devastating shit.
McCallum is a very underrated fighter.
Good defense by McCallum.
Yep. Very underrated. And Jackson landed a few shots here, but McCallum could do everything well. He had a great chin.
Jackson just landed a nice
he did.
Triple upstairs.
I mean, these guys just went at it as soon as the bell rang. We're only halfway through this round, and I'm tired.
It keeps freezing up on me a little. Well, not freezing up, but lagging a little bit. But hey, man, we can't complain too much.
Well, I'm looking at the. I've got the YouTube on as well. Oh yeah, it is lagging a little bit. That's funny because it's.
I might be behind y'all.
It's not lagging anymore. But McCallum has. Oh
yeah, and you McCallum with the body punches all the time. You can just see him just boom right there, whack, whack.
You know what? I see what the issue is. Bruce, let me. And I just have to reconnect my internet, so I might get kicked out. I'm gonna pause it here. I might get booted out for a second. But Bruce, let me take care of this so it doesn't lag anymore, okay?
All right, my brother, not a problem, man. Quality is our thing around here, man. We can cut down. We got Mad Chat over here. We got Trick Nolte. We can keep it going for a couple of minutes here, my brothers. No problem. Not a problem at all. Trick, I got the knockout right in front of me. The Ken Reagan book that you sent me. You go through that book. You see those amazing pictures in there, the quality and the great stuff.
Am I back, Bruce? Am I still in?
Yeah, you're still here, George.
I'm still here. All right, here we go. All right, this should be lag free.
All right, man, here we go. And this is my executive producer, William Old School. Salute to you, my brother.
And like you say, what round we in?
I know, first round, and McCallum
I mean,
is
I'm out of
investing to the
breath.
body. Just do
I'm
another
out
body
of
shot.
fucking breath.
This is lagging even more.
Is it really? Oh man, what the? All right, let me All right, let me see if I can handle this. I'm gonna drop out.
Yeah, pull out of the McDonald's parking lot. Try Dunkin' Donuts Wi-Fi.
I'm gonna do
Oh,
that.
that was a good one.
I'm gonna do that. I'm headed to McDonald's right now.
All right, good.
So Bruce,
Mad Chad.
I'm gonna kick myself out, but I'll be right back.
No problem. I'll be watching for you in the backstage over here.
I didn't know George was Canadian.
Mad Chad, you're full of them today, bro. I should just give you the mic. I'll take the drum rolls. Go ahead, one more.
Well, Bruce, all is good. I'll tell you, Jackson. I mean, the body snatcher. What a fight! Those guys destroy the fighters of today. That was the first round.
Oh.
They fucking met each other like they were Michael Vick pit bulls ready to fucking die. I mean, people say you're not afraid. These two both were ready to die. They were both ready to kill each other, and they were both ready to celebrate each other's fucking valiancy and gladiator style at the end of the fight. And when people say boxers aren't wired, I go, when they lose that fucking wanting to die, that's when they lose the pajamas become silky. And at this point right there, we saw two high-level gladiator fighters, Bruce. I mean, McCallum and Jackson, you can't get a better fight than that. Like you say, that's Spence Crawford. I mean, that is a brutal fight right there. Spence and Crawford would be more chess match than that fight right there.
Oh yeah, but the magnitude.
First round.
And we didn't have to wait for it. I mean, it was for Spence and Crawford. What are we waiting now? We're in our third year, our fourth year. I don't even remember anymore. You know, as far as I'm concerned, it's going to be Pacquiao and Mayweather before it happens.
Yeah, well, I'm getting older, waiting on these two.
We got to get by Ugas first. Honestly, I really feel strong about Spence. I mean, the way that he's training, the way that he looked. I mean, I see a lot of people training. You can't take away from the training. But I can take away from Merrill because I've been following him since 2009. I mean, for a long time, I've been on Errol Spence. And right now, he's as focused as I've seen him back when he was fucking even prior Cal Brook. I mean, this looks like a whole different, mature, focused animal. And this dude is willing to risk his life, his whole family name when he steps in that ring. And Ugas best be bringing his A game plus. He better be a lot sharper than Manny because Manny had his face all busted up. Manny hit Ugas. And believe me, fucking Spence hits a lot fucking harder than Manny Pacquiao at 57 years old running for president. I mean, fucking Errol's in his fucking prime right now. Errol's at his tip-top fucking firing on 8 cylinders with a Harley 4-barrel with some fucking nitrous oxide. I mean, this dude he's got a chip on his shoulder. He was supposed to have that Manny fight. He suffered the injury. Ugas is in trouble. I mean, I really felt prior to this that I have a lot of question marks. I still do after the third round. If Spence can make it through the third, fourth round and let that fucking 8-cylinder kick in, and you know, once that pedal starts working, his work rate, his body work, I feel it's going to be a beatdown. I feel he's going to beat the fuck out of Ugas. That's just my opinion.
You know, there's so many question marks, and I've heard so many different opinions about Errol Spence's interviews and his workouts and his condition. It's just such a beautiful thing because it's a 50-50 fight in a lot of people's minds.
No, it's not. It's a 90-10.
Bro.
90 fucking 10, Bruce. This is a
But
fucking
but there's a lot of question marks that Errol Spence has with him. People still wonder about the accident. They wonder about the eye. And there's only one way to answer those questions, bro, and that's to get in the ring and prove it. And we've been waiting now for over a year. I'm highly anticipating, bro. I tend to lean towards Errol Spence, but you never know in boxing, especially with quote damaged unquote goods.
Yeah, Angel Garcia was saying that too before his son fought Errol. He was saying he thought he was damaged, and he looked pretty good in that fight. But it's a long layoff. It's a long layoff, and I don't think the detached retina is. I mean, nowadays that's just not an issue in boxing. When Sugar Ray Leonard had a detached retina, people thought he was going to go blind, so he retired. Right. So, but he's been out for a while. You know, it'll be like 16 months since he fought. But I think he's in his prime. Ugas is a tough fighter, so Spence will be ready.
Vanilla. Ugas is vanilla.
I thought Ugas beat Porter.
Right. Flip a coin.
Well, see, the problem I have is I just haven't seen enough action with these guys. You know, like I said this to Dell today. I said, you know, these days you can't have a bad night because you're only fighting once a year. You know, the guys we're looking at, they fought 3-4 times a year. They could afford an off night. These guys today, they can't afford an off night because you won't get that paycheck next year.
Bruce, you should be able to see my screen. So tell me if it's lagging. I just closed out of everything.
It looks really good. It looks really good, man.
So this is the end of round 1.
All right.
Longest round ever.
Yes, sir. George, you're the man over here, bro. I can say this one deserves a full screen.
Miami.
Look at Lou Duva. Look at Lou Duva complaining about something.
Now we're 5.0 high definition over here, bro. We're in quality control at the wheel over here, man.
25 years old, Julian Jackson.
You know, I spoke to Julian Jackson not long ago too on the same show with Mike McCallum. Man, I was starstruck.
Yeah, I bet.
The Hawk. He put so many people out out cold.
Hey, Bruce, I apologize for turning your chat room into National Geographic.
No, brother. What are you talking about?
I didn't know that. What's his name?
Jackson.
We go back to the chat. No, his name is Man, I just saw his name. Carl. I didn't know that Carl Dundee Hansen was from Australia. So I just started telling him I ain't coming there because pretty much everything there is dangerous, man. Dingoes, they got snakes and everything dangerous there in Australia. Sharks. Hey, ain't coming there, man. I get a ticket to go to Australia for free, man. I was selling it. Everything's dangerous over there. The women, everything. Going to Australia, man.
Trick note, man. You should have seen this. I see an eagle. Wow, that was a body shot.
Hey, let me shout out to Nitty G who stopped in the room. Nitty G's in here, man. Salute to you. Please, salute. Jamaican Chalice, my bra.
Julian Jackson's in trouble. And he just got clipped with 2 body shots and a left hook and a body shot.
And we've got Jamaican Chalice in here too. Look at Mike. Oh my God.
And still going to that body. Still going to that body. Still going to that body.
Shots. Damn.
Oh.
Mike McCallum.
What's his nickname? What's his nickname?
I forgot. What's his nickname?
Body snatcher.
Are you sure
it's the wings off the Hawk, man?
Ooh. He
and
just
those are
an
borderline
to the stomach.
Borderline low blows. I mean, you got that right, DP Rocker. Damn. Oh, and look at not neglecting upstairs either. Yeah, these guys, they're on the panel, and believe me, you could cut the tension with a knife. They were ready to get back in a Legends contest.
Wow.
These two. Look at this.
Uppercut.
That's it.
That's the end of it. Julian Jackson is like, what?
He over there staggering, man, get to his corner.
I'm pissing blood.
Wow.
Thank you.
Wow. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the body snatcher.
That is such fine work. And you know, the referee was in there and he must have heard those explosions going on. Say what, Matt Chad?
How do you get that nickname?
Ah, well, the same way Dillian White's got it.
Same
That's not
way you
fair.
got gas.
Wow.
No, I got gas from
Julian
eating
White's a
that.
booty snatcher.
Oh,
eating
man,
those
that right
fucking
hook to the
boys,
body. Mm.
Right hook to the body. Brutal.
Brutal.
He's teeing it up. He tees
He's
it
trying-
up like a fucking Tiger Woods golf shot.
And Jackson, he was trying to land that left hook, but McCallum was slipping it.
The referee, you can see the referees just say, you're not going to take any more of those. They must have been sounding like explosions going off under there. Like M80.
You can see the way Jackson's with his distance with his jab, like he's getting distance with the jab, and then he goes with the body. Like he's just a brilliant fighter. I mean, McCallum just a brilliant fucking fighter.
I mean,
Brilliant.
Jackson's legs are gone. I mean,
Plus the uppercut. That left uppercut. Oh, left hook.
Oh.
Uppercut. Double. Oh my God.
No. I've seen enough. Yeah.
Hey man, why you stopping the fight? I'll get my ass
Yeah.
whooped.
as he like you said, as he staggers back to the corner. Why'd you stop it? Staggering
Yeah,
back
he
to the corner.
stays. What you stop? Hey, am I gonna my ass whooped? What you stopping it for? I'm getting beat. Oh my! Hey, if these fighters today can't throw combinations like that, man, they'll be tired, man.
And he had to walk through some fire because Julian Jackson can crack, and Jackson hit him in that first round and the second round, and McCallum walked through it all.
Same gloves too. Same gloves once again. I hate seeing these different gloves, George. I watch these fights today. It looks like they're wearing different fucking weapons. It's like one has a MiG fucking, it's like, what the fuck? I mean, is it? I don't know. I'm sorry for getting off kilter here, but I love seeing.
No, you're so right. How often have we talked about that? One guy's got blue gloves, the other guy's got golden gloves. I mean, bro, Chi-Town's finest. Chi-Town's finest. Thank you, my brother. Thanks for stopping by. Mad Chad's picking up the tab tonight, so order what you want.
All right, so
always got it, Bruce.
So Bruce, I'll leave this next one up to you. I've got two Mickey Ward fights against Shea Neary and Alfonso Gomez. The one against Alfonso Gomez was on the Whitaker De La Hoya undercard. It was the first fight.
That Shea Neary fight was so definitive of body punching.
It is, and the Sanchez fight is a one shot. I remember watching that fight. It was the first fight on that pay-per-view, and pay-per-view cards are long. It's like you're settled in for 4 hours, and it was the first fight on the card. And I'm watching Ward just get like tooled. He's getting schooled by Sanchez. Sanchez was like 25-0, 26-0, and then I looked up because he was losing round after round. I think I turned away. When I looked back, Sanchez was on the ground. Body shot, fight was over. But Bruce, is it Shea Neary? Am I hearing?
Shea Neary, yeah. What about me? Salute to you, bro. Yeah, we could excuse me, George. We could watch them both if somebody tied my hands behind my back and told me you got one choice. You're watching both. I'm going to shoot you. I'll say, well, put them both on.
Oh, hey, listen. What I said was, which one are we going to next? We can go to them all.
All right,
even
my
the
brother.
Emmanuel Augustus fight.
Yes, sir.
Oh man,
that's Emmanuel Augustus is Mad Chad's bro too. He's gonna have to tell us that story before we get too into that one. But let's get into this fight, man. We've got Mickey Ward against undefeated Shea Neary over here. He was considered to be Mickey Ward was the B side on this fight.
Yes, he was. He was definitely the B side.
Mad Chad, tell us a little bit about Irish Mickey Ward.
I can tell you pound for pound, person that I've met personally and kind of know. I don't have his phone number no longer, but I've talked with him many times. I've been to many of his fights. Just a legend. And, talking about someone against all odds, definitely not the most gifted fighter, but one of the biggest hearted fighters. And one of the toughest human beings. Like, you need a gun to kill Mickey. He's ran marathons. Just a brilliant fighter. And he's from my neck of the woods. And a brilliant body puncher. I mean, if it wasn't for the body punch, Mickey Ward wouldn't be Mickey Ward.
Stare down.
Shout out to my brother Tupac out there, smoking on the good stuff.
I knew
Eating
Neary was
charger.
fucked during this fight. Bruce, I remember this fight, and I knew Neary was fucked. I honestly knew Mickey was going to get him. I knew it.
Hey, Bruce, when I meet you,
matter-
this is what we're going to
time.
do when we meet. We're going to go nose to nose just like this.
Oh.
That's what we're going to do when we meet.
And we're gonna make sure we got a photographer. that's gonna be the logo for the Tuesday night fights.
That Hollywood movie, though, wasn't really true about Mickey with the fighter. They didn't even mention Gotti in it. It wasn't really a true depiction.
You know how Hollywood does boxing films, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. But what a fighter. He's still alive today. He might be at the Lewiston fights, to be honest. There's a good chance Mickey will be there.
Jeff Lucietta.
I remember that doc. That was an excellent. I think it was Crack was in the nickname of it, in the name of the doc. But yes, Ward was in that because his brother was, a notorious junkie.
Oh.
That
Time in
was
jail
a great,
for it.
Wow.
yeah.
Mickey didn't have much of a jab.
No, he didn't.
I don't think he ever used one, to be honest.
No, he was a
had a weird
one
style because
punch hit. He had that one punch, and if you could avoid that punch for the fight, you could beat Mickey Ward. But if you couldn't, bro, you were gonna go to your knees.
God, yeah, that high fucking God. Because he did fucking 10 million fucking sit-ups. There he goes to that. He just wants to dig that left so hard. He's digging gold. That's what he really told me. I said, Mickey, what was it like when you thought he goes, just make it up your mind and go. George, he says, I go, Mickey, why was that left? He goes, Chad is like, it's like, it's like if you're going out there in the gold rush and you're digging for gold. He goes, I was digging for gold. He goes, that's what you got to do.
That's what he did.
And he talks real quiet. He talks quiet. He's such a humble fella. He talks so quiet. I go, Mickey, what was harder, the Boston Marathon or Gotti? He goes, Chad, when I ran the marathon, no one was punching me.
Exactly. And
Demetrius.
by the way, Shea Neary was undefeated 22-0, and Mickey Ward is having his way with him.
Big hype.
In this first round.
Neary had big hype.
And
my
right.
buddy Jason spied both of these fellas, and my buddy Jason said Mickey was so much tougher than Neary, so much tougher.
Well, Mickey Ward could get beat. He could get beat by a good boxer, but like you said, if you weren't the truth, if you didn't have skills and you got in the ring with Mickey Ward, you were not going to win that fight.
He fought Savage,
Yeah, he fought.
He
He
made
fought
a lot of
everyone.
his opponents piss blood. He made a lot of his opponents piss blood. For a week.
Yep.
And he is all over Neary in this first round.
Oh, yeah,
like smothering him, just taking
Dude,
him
that left hook is like, dude, it's upstairs, downstairs, just amazing stuff. And 90% downstairs.
That left.
Digs it. Look at, he knows it. He knows he's got him.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, take another one, motherfucker. You having fun? Dickie Eckland's like, I can't wait to hit that crack pipe. Come on, man.
There's Dickie Eckland. There he is.
He's like, I got some strippers. I got a fucking 8-ball. Let's go, bro.
Oh, look at this. Highlights of Sugar Ray Leonard and
Oh,
Dickie.
yeah, knockdown.
The slip. It was a slip. Bro, he slipped. Fucking, we heard this up in Portland, Maine about the knockdown.
This is from that doc right here.
Yeah,
This is
yeah. I'll tell you, this.
Look
It was,
at Dickie. I'll be smoking crack with Dickie up in Lewiston. Look at him. He's doing
Mad
everything.
Chad,
Look
I'm
at
going to throw you out of here, Mad Chad. You're going to get me in trouble.
No, I'm just fooling, Bruce.
These are
all
not the
shot
views of
Manny.
Bruce Gas. Bruce Gas loves his
Bruce, it's
marijuana.
all fun and games, Cheech and Chong. Let's rock and roll.
Hey guys, so the name of that documentary, High on Crack Street, Lost Lives in
Yep.
Lowell. That's
Oh,
the
yeah.
name of that. 1995. It was a
Oh,
really
I
good
saw
doc.
it. I've seen it several times, man.
Yep.
Excellent, hard hitting, man. It just shows Dick Eklund the life he led to
Yeah.
being a
Mary's
boxer,
like a box.
trying to work.
Mickey, can we just box? Mary's like, can we just box a little, Mickey? Please don't fucking
Nope.
get up on me.
Yeah, Neary's saying, "Hey mate, I'm 22-0. Come on,
Yeah, let's
you're
box a
34. You're
little.
supposed to
Let's
fall.
get
Come on,
fancy.
go. You're getting a nice paycheck. Come
Yeah.
on. You're not supposed to do this.
You had to be a good fighter. You had to be a really good fighter to beat Mickey Ward."
Oh. I mean, Mickey is he's like a mini Joe Frazier with that left hook. Just like a mini Joe Frazier. You know it's coming, but there's nothing you can do about it. You just get those
He did
elbows
not have the
in.
defensive build. Mickey did not have much defense. He really used his face for defense.
Right. And he was blessed
was
with
really
a chin.
straight
He
on
had
the
a
line.
hell of a chin.
Had a Tex Cobb like
Sure
chin.
did.
He was like Tex fucking Cobb.
Boy, if Tex Cobb had a left hook like Mickey Ward, he might have really done something in the heavyweight division.
Oh my God, he would have been the greatest ever.
Oh my God. Big heavyweight with a left hook like that.
It's like
Yeah,
giving
Tex
Vince-
Cobb was just so entertaining. And Tex Cobb, he knew exactly what he was. And he just wanted to fight like a caveman.
Oh, what a beautiful fella. God bless
Really,
Tex
bro.
Cobb.
And comical, man. You see him when he does the roasts and things like that. He is
Bruce
just
Larry. Ah, that is great fucking shit, Bruce.
that's a show right there, bro. I mean, that is just great stuff. Oh, look at Mick. Oh man, Shane's trying to show him where the left hook is, and Mickey's just saying, "Oh yeah, check
Get
out
off
this
me.
one." Oh,
And they like that right over the top to the.
You think Mickey should have been a southpaw? You think Mickey should have been a southpaw? He's fighting out of that stance when he comes out of the clinches and goes back in. I don't know if y'all noticed that. He's leaning in. Watch, he'll turn southpaw. He did that a lot in the Gaddy fight. One of the Gaddy fights, he was turning southpaw, coming in, coming out, going there, setting the left hook up.
So he was almost like a Ted Cheeseman, but better. You know what I mean? Like this English dude, Ted Cheeseman, that just got brutalized by Williamson, I think. But he was so fun of a fighter, where you just like, because he was a legend, up here in Maine. Like there's a picture of me and my sons, my two boys with Mickey back in the day, and like he was just like a cult hero. Like I remember when he fought Gotti the first time, like me and my dad, I think we did a rosary. Like, oh my God, let's say a prayer for our friend. We thought he was going to get killed. And he fucking pulled it off. Like me and my dad were like, oh my God, how did he just beat Arturo Gotti? Like how, like it was just, it's like almost like the miracle on ice. I mean, honestly, if he's like an Elvis, like Mickey Ward's a cult hero up here in New England. Honestly, like he's if I was to hang out with Tom Brady and Mickey Ward, I'd say let me just chill with Tom Brady. No, with Mickey Ward for 5 minutes. Tom Brady, sorry. Like I definitely would. I have Mickey Ward, one of the hot haggler. Like he's up there at the haggler level, not at the skill level, but for heart and soul to overcome, to try to be better, to overcome obstacles, to tell you can't do it, because he so many people told him he should not box no more, and he ended up making millions of dollars. And
this fight here, he was still 2 years away from the Gotti fight. This is 2000. He fought Gotti the first time in 2002. So he
I
was
wonder what his purse
not the
was,
legend
George.
yet.
George, I wonder what his purse was here. $5,000, I bet, maybe.
I'm sure it was more than 5,000, but it wasn't. You know,
Yeah.
he hadn't fought Gotti yet. So, and
But
by the
not
way, Neary
much,
Neary
George,
just
I'm
landed a
telling you.
shot. Neary just staggered Ward.
He got paid fucking peanuts, George. I guarantee he got paid peanuts. The B side against Neary, peanuts.
Yeah, he made his money with the Gotti fights after that.
Yep. That was it. Mickey got a foreign car after Gotti.
Man, look at
Neary can't hurt him, Bruce. He can't hurt him. Like Mickey's just like he'd take the will out of you. He'd take the will out of fighters. Mickey was a 15-round fighter.
Oh yeah, I mean, pushing that shovel around all day, that's going to give you condition, and that's what he did. You know, Mickey Ward, a laborer, for the town of Lowell. So
Lower Mass. Bruce, fucking street favor.
Yeah, I know Lower Mass.
What a fucking hit. Mickey's take that right.
I couldn't find how much he made for this fight, but in the last 2 years of his career against Gotti, obviously, he made close to $4 million. So,
and he deserved it, man. And the movie rights, man.
Look at Hagler. Hagler made nothing up until fucking up until long time. Hagler got paid peanuts, and Mickey was below Hagler. Hagler got paid peanuts. Mickey got paid less than Hagler.
Oh yeah. Well, like you said, man, he was fighting for $1,000. You know, going up to Oakland going up to Hampton Beach, fighting in New Hampshire.
The casino, Hampton Casino Ballroom. There, he was getting paid peanuts, Bruce.
Yeah.
He wasn't staying in a suite. Staying at the Motel fucking 8, you know what I mean?
No, he was lucky if he had a co-feature with ESPN that night or with USA Tuesday Night Fights.
Absolutely.
I think I heard the main event.
Like Ray Oliveira, Trick Nolte. Remember Ray Oliveira? You were tight with Ray Oliveira. I think it's Ray Oliveira that fought Emmanuel Augustus.
Yeah, Super Ray Oliveira. Yep.
Yeah. And I remember.
Yep.
That because my friend was fighting on that card, and I got the fucking purses to all the fighters, and I almost threw the fuck up. I almost gave up in life. You know, I almost said they're only paying Augustus and Oliveira for this fight. It was on ESPN, and I'm like, this is highway fucking robbery. I'm like, oh my God, like everybody, like the arena was buzzing.
I think they got 30,000 for a main event on ESPN and 15 for the co-main event.
Bruce. Ray Oliveira and Emmanuel Augustus got fucking gang raped by whoever did that fucking payout on that. George, if you could look that purse up for Emmanuel.
No, I'm telling you, man. I heard from somebody who was on ESPN. It might have even been
the fight I got fucking thrown out. That's when I hung out with Emmanuel. Me and Emmanuel Augustus became buddies there. We were friends for many years. That's when I hung out with Emmanuel. And that was just brutal. And I was tight with Bert Sugar at this time, George. That's what I had Bert Sugar on the phone. Me and Bert are talking to Emmanuel. I'm like, Bert, I got Emmanuel Augustus. He's like, let me talk to that fucking dude. Let me talk to him. And I give the fucking phone to fucking Emmanuel. He's like, Bert Sugar, fucking, this is fucking, epic shit, that I didn't have this is before the internet, maybe there was a MySpace at the time, possibly, but I didn't have the internet. But this was all Mickey Ward, and I'm just all Mickey Ward this, Mickey Ward that. I know Mickey Ward. I got the big pass on. I know Mickey Ward. Hey, I'm Canadian. Woo!
We got it over here
man,
tonight.
Chad,
When I got real dysfunctional, I
Bruce.
told him I was an idiot.
What's up, Trick?
Mad Chad. Yeah, I was gonna. I'm about to get off in a second, but before I go, Mad Chad, I spoke with Emmanuel Augustus about a year ago. A guy named AJ handles him, and Emmanuel, he got shot in the head back in like 2000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got shot in the head, and he's still in that mindset that he's fighting. And the AJ let me talk to him, and he was like, "Could I fight? Could I fight?" I was like, "Good, could I fight?" I was like, "Man, wow, man, that's just unbelievable, man." And he still he trains people for cardio, cardio get people in shape and stuff like that, but he still think he's in a fighting state. And I call and check on him and see how he's doing and stuff, but he's living in Louisiana, and a guy named LJ handles him. So
Trick, I'll get a hold of you. I'll call you on my phone, and maybe you can pass along some info. I'd love to get a hold of him because, like I say, before that fight, we were pretty tight. You know what I mean? I threw some zigzags in the ring because he was suspended for marijuana or something. I remember when I threw my zigzags in the ring, that's when I got tossed out. But prior to the fight, and I was a big fan. Like my buddy Jason Julio was a junior middleweight champ in New England. That was my connection with Bobby Russo. Just a lot of fights. That was one of my closest encounters, George, for my experiences. And hanging out with fighters was Emmanuel Augusta.
Yeah,
and that was pre-fight only. And he was so focused. Like I'm like, Ray Oliveira's in trouble tonight, and the outcome, say no less.
Yeah, that was an amazing fight.
Man of 1,000 punches.
Yeah, we're seeing some good stuff here.
Off, man.
Trick, my brother.
Trick.
Mad love, Trick.
Hit me up, man, Chad.
Mad love.
Just hit me up, man. I gotta go, man. I gotta.
Trick.
10 o'clock, man. So I'll take me a little long nap, man.
Okay. Such a great thing to see you in here, my brother. Peace.
Hey, same to y'all, man. I appreciate y'all.
All right, my man.
All righty. All right. Take it easy, everybody. All right, George. I'll talk to you later, man. Everybody. Y'all have a good night, man. Everybody in the chat. Y'all have a good night. All right.
And Neri's trying to get Mickey on the back foot. You can see Neri trying to back him up. It's like who's got bigger balls? It's like that AC/DC song. I got big balls. You got big balls.
Yeah, you don't want to do that with Mickey Ward unless yours are bigger.
Right. You don't want to measure balls with Mickey.
Snacks B asked, didn't Floyd say he was his toughest fight, meaning Emmanuel Augustus? Yes, I've heard Floyd Mayweather say that a few times, that Augustus was the toughest guy he fought. Which,
the drunken master.
That's saying something.
The drunken master, absolutely. And I heard Floyd say that for a fact. And that was a big thing with Errol Spence. I don't want to go big on Errol, but back in the day when I was really into boxing, George, I got word. I knew about Benavidez. I knew about Spence. I knew about a lot of these fighters. I was paying so attention to it. And Errol Spence put a beating on Floyd Mayweather. Those aren't rumors. That's reality. But sparring is sparring. I get that.
Right.
Young Errol is a bull. Like, this dude is a fucking bull. Like Mickey doesn't have a jab. Mickey's just a fucking barroom fucking brawler from Lowell, Mass. Let's go in the alleyway and fucking fight.
And you don't want to fight like Neri, and you don't want to fight him like this.
Look at Neri. Head right in. Neri, that is so wrong.
He's getting tattooed, and his head's bouncing around like Joe Palooka. I mean, he's in the wrong dogfight over here. He needs Plan B fast.
You know what I remember in The Fighter, in the movie, they play with the facts, and but this was the fight they had Mickey Ward winning a title, And in this fight, they had Shea Neary dropping him in this fight. Mickey Ward never got dropped in this fight.
Yeah,
They made that fight a
like
lot more
Hollywood,
Rocky-like
George.
than it
Hollywood,
was.
Yeah,
Mickey Ward
yeah.
got caught a few times, but Mickey Ward was controlling this fight.
For it, that's like, I don't think they mentioned Gotti in the fighter.
They didn't. They I think this
How
was
can you
the
have
end
Mickey
of the movie.
Ward fucking movie without Gotti? Go fuck yourself, Hollywood.
Well, you know, like we were saying earlier, that's the way Roy Jones's career should have ended, like the movie ended. But unfortunately, boxing
Well,
is
like
life.
George said,
Bro.
that ain't how it ends. That ain't
No,
how
no.
fucking boxing
That's
ends.
fair. That's all that artistic liberty.
That's why we said these people got to fight, Bruce. You say in an activity like these people will look back and say, what the fuck was I doing? Because their shelf life is short. I mean, it's as short as a fucking can of fucking corn.
Matt Chad, you should say that again, because maybe some boxers who are watching this might hear that, man. I think
No,
everybody
your shelf life is short. I mean, Larry Bird
it's the norm
wishes
to fight
he
once
could
a
have
year
fucking...
now.
No, it's stupid. You best have plan fucking B, because your shelf life as a prize fighter is shorter than a running back in the NFL.
That is
Unless
a fact.
you're Mickey Ward or a fucking alien that's fucking extra chromosome like Mickey Ward. This fucking dude was a fucking alien. I wanted to see Mickey's birth certificate. I asked him, I said, Mickey, could I see your birth certificate? He said, well, Chad, I don't know where it is. I said, well, I don't believe you're fucking human, bro. Because I think a lot of these people have been abducted. You know what I mean? I think Hagler was abducted. I mean, fucking the Beast Mugabe hit Hagler so fucking hard. I mean, Mugabe used to hit people. Their fucking toenails used to fly off their feet. I mean, Hagler fucking ate it like it was a Captain Crunch fucking cereal. I mean, I think
Hagler might have the best chin that I've ever seen.
Hagler would beat Tyson. I swear to God, in a fucking fight, Hagler would
I never saw him
Tyson.
hurt. I never saw. There was that BS knockdown against Juan Rodon, which was not a knockdown.
Never.
That's the only official knockdown.
That's why I say, George, that's my favorite of all time. In my lifetime, that's my favorite human being fighter of all time. I almost love him more than my dad. Honestly,
what a
like when
chin,
anybody
man.
talks bad about fucking Hagler, I swear to God, I get emotional, I get fanboyish, and I get fucking hostile. Because like Hagler would fucking beat fucking Mickey up with fucking one arm tied behind his back. I swear to God, Hagler would fucking destroy Mickey Ward.
Well, you know, it's
like
35.
Hagler would pound the fuck out of George Foreman.
35 years ago.
Hagler might beat Jesus in a fight. Hagler might beat Jesus, Muhammad, Allah, and fucking Buddha all in the same fucking
Wow,
night.
you got Hagler as a favorite against Jesus and Allah, huh? Wow. Matt Chad with the odds.
I got Hagler as a 2-1 favorite against Jesus.
Well, you know, Matt Chad, tomorrow is 35 years since Hagler Leonard. April 6th, 1987.
Day of my life that I still lose sleep over, George.
Yeah.
Fuck, I'm sorry for going on my Hagler rant. Fuck.
Hey, man, you got to get it out. You got to get
Matt
it out.
Chad, you caught me in the middle of a toke on that one too, bro. I almost had to renege that bone, because you are just a funny bastard tonight. You're making Tuesday night fights over here, bro.
Hey, Con Shawnery, we're talking about movies in the chats. Cinderella Man was an entertaining movie, but man, they made Max Baer into an asshole.
Yeah.
Into a villain, like Con Shawnery says. And he was, if you read about Max Baer, he was anything but. He was a fun-loving, you know, probably played too much and didn't take boxing as seriously as he should have. But the movies, you know, they made him into this big villain. And Con's right. That's Hollywood. But guess what? Mickey Ward in the ring, that's not Hollywood. That's real.
And that's real what Dickie Eklund's telling him. Please, brother.
That's
I
Lowell.
need some fucking crack.
Mickey, I got to go to the crack house. Come on now, knock this guy out.
Fucking whores waiting for me with a fucking 8-ball. Let's fucking go, bro. Get this fucking faggot out of here. Get this fucking homosexual 22-0 faggot kid out of here. I need some crack. Let's go, bro.
High on Crack Street.
Let's
That,
go,
that,
bro.
that was a great documentary
It
too.
really was.
I never
It really
seen
was.
it. I never seen it. I've
Oh.
only seen 3 movies in my life.
You gotta
This is not a movie. This is real. It's like watching. It's a documentary.
Yeah, it's a doc. It's a documentary.
Mary's like, let's box, Mickey, let's box.
And Mickey's just saying, "Come on, show me what you got. Come on, I've already tasted the best. Come on, you can get me. Come on, come closer." Poof. Mary's having a good round so far, but he's not doing anything. You can tell Mickey's just setting his traps, just waiting for him to come in there, and you know what's going to happen.
Let my extra chromosome show. I mean, I know I might be an inbred, but let's go. I mean, most likely if you're Irish, there's definitely some inbred, because you live on an island, there's only so much circumference. Everybody's fucking like a rabbit. I mean, most likely you're an inbred.
Oh, man, Chad, you're in such rare form tonight, my man.
No, I'm speaking for, even my old man said it. Thank God the grandmother got off the island because, we would end up with 3 eyes.
Boy, you know what, Bruce? All you got to do to get Mad Chad going, put on a Mickey Ward fight, talk a little haggler, and Mad Chad is off to the races, man.
Really, man?
That's my Stones and Beatles right there. When you get that extra chromosome, though, George, the Tex Cobb, you see it in Tex Cobb. There's an extra chromosome. Honestly, I don't think there's, a Jimmy the Greek, thicker skull, extra tendon. I think it's extra chromosome. And I find that with a lot of cultures. If you find in a breeding, you end up with a fucking Mickey Ward.
Tony Boswell, my brother. Salute to you, man.
Oh, salute to Tony Boswell, the legend of all legends, George. This fucking dude knows boxing like a fucking, like a fisherman knows the fucking tide.
Shout out to Tony.
Tony's a good man. I talked to Tony in a couple of lives this week. He's getting himself, he's starting to ingratiate himself with a little technology like I did last year. And man, before you know it, we're gonna have the Tony Boswell all over here.
Older dude, George, just right into boxing. Look at Mickey with the lead right. Oh. Wow. Has Mickey Ward thrown one jab this fight? I don't think so.
He did. He actually did.
Yeah, he just did. He just did. In fact, it looked like a triple jab.
No.
Yes.
He actually did.
Pay attention.
I missed it. I was drinking a beer.
Now, where was this fight, George? Was this in did they say it was New Jersey or Philadelphia, somewhere on the East Coast?
I'd have to look that up. I don't think it was in AC.
It's in fucking Mary's home.
Oh. And Mickey's telling him to come on. Look at Mickey just getting against those ropes, putting his guard up like something out of a Rocky movie over here.
Mickey's like, are you fucking serious, kid? Are you fucking serious? Are you undefeated? I fucking had to deal with my brother earlier.
You're dealing with your brother right now.
Fucking he flicked it though. That's a flickering jab. That wasn't a fuck. That was a flicker. That was a Larry Holmes. Mickey just threw a Larry Holmes like jab.
Oh, this fight was in it was in England.
Okay, Liverpool, yeah. My brother Marion G's got it out there.
And where's Neri from?
That's where he's from. He's from out there. So Ward was the opponent in this fight.
Oh, this is a big the pre-fight, the fucking, talking in the press and everything. This was big fucking hype. Mickey's like, suck my fucking dick not to be fucking weird.
Stormy B-Man.
Stormy B-Man and Bruce, I'm not going to swear no more, honestly. I feel like I'm really getting dirty and ugly.
Well, you're a big boy. I wasn't going to say anything to you, but there's a lot of F words here. And I told you, I'm trying to eliminate those from my vocabulary.
You swear more than me, though, normally. You swear.
No. Yeah, but I know I'm doing it, though. I try to correct myself. Every time I say it, I say a Hail Mary.
But you do, Bruce.
Well, every time I do, give me a
I'm gonna know that. I know
give me a
that
virtual
George
slap in the head.
doesn't say the F word. George, you're good at not saying the F word.
Yeah, well, George is a gentleman. That's why I have George here, because it's kind of like the, we get those views. People that just come in, give us a thumbs up, and we look at the analytics of the show afterwards, and we see.
Everybody here hit the like and subscribe to Bruce Gas. I mean,
Matt
George,
Chad,
this is fun.
of course. Well, they better give me a thumbs up, because I'm getting like 200 views, then I get about 30 likes. It's like, come on, guys.
I
Give the
know.
kid a break over here.
Very
I don't ask
easy
for
to hit.
anything, man.
It's so easy to hit that thumbs up. Come on.
Yeah,
hit the
bro.
like button.
We're Stormy B, man, we're gonna go over there at 9:00, bro. We got our Tuesday night fights. We're limiting it to 2 hours, so we don't go over our time allotment over here. And then we're gonna go over and watch you in Scrapbook, man. I've been looking forward for that since you announced it the other night, man. So anybody over here, man, make sure when we get out of here, go over see Stormy B, man, and Scrapbook Boxing, man. That's gonna be some serious boxing talk, bro. Not that this isn't, but this is a little more on the fun side. I mean, I'm ripped from the Toka too. Mad Chad's drunk out of his mind. George is the only sober cat in here.
No, Bruce, I'm not drunk out of my mind. No.
Well, you're nicely buzzed in your mind. Oh, look at this now. Leary just went down. The referee said, "You stay in that corner." 5. Are you okay? Are you okay, Shane? 6. You sure you got it now? Walk to me. Mickey, get back in your neutral corner. Let's start this count again. Okay. Resume action. Give him another. Oh.
Yeah. Once you were hurt, I mean,
Dude, he wanted to land that last left hook. He wanted to get that last left hook in there, and he didn't have time to do it.
Mickey Ward's going to get you out of there when you're hurt.
Like a shark on a piece of fucking dead whale, for sure, bro. That was another one that's loosening up my gut tonight. I like that, George. I have a good constitution before I go to bed, man. These body shots are doing something.
So this is the first knockdown. Look at left hook to the body and a left uppercut to the head.
And it looked like he nailed him with a little to the heart on that one too. Oh no, that right on the jaw. Oh, beautiful punch. Short circuited him.
And once again, Bruce, right? Not the most talented boxers, right? We didn't see much feinting. We didn't see much fucking jab work. We didn't see much angles. But I just have to say once again, we just lost a boxer last week in the Golden Gloves. A fighter died, and when you step in the ring, and you hear a lot of keyboard warriors, like people talking shit about fighters, but anybody with a keyboard and you want to talk shit, go to your local boxing gym and look around and ask the guy in charge, can I get in the ring with your tomato can? And I guarantee you 9 out of 10 times that fucking tomato can will pound your fucking skull in. All you people talking boxing and thinking this is a fucking WWE Hollywood script. When Canelo throws a punch, when Canelo Alvarez throws a punch, you hear a missile blowing by your fucking head. This dude is a fucking killer. Errol Spence is a killer. Bud Crawford is a fucking certified killer. Navarrete is a killer. Tyson Fury can walk to your local bar and clean that fucking bar out from fucking pillar to fucking post. He can walk to the next bar and clean the next fucking bar out pillar to post. You know, also Chocolatito, he could walk into your fucking bar and go, and you say, what the fuck happened to that dude? These people are special fucking people.
Most of these guys who talk that nonsense, they wouldn't even be able to hit a heavy bag for 3 minutes, let alone get in the ring with the weakest link in the gym.
No, they'd have to go 2 minutes. They'd have to go WNBA girls. They'd have to go 2-minute rounds, George. They couldn't go 3-minute fucking round on a heavy bag. Are you out of your mind? They couldn't do 20 fucking push-ups, bro.
So, Bruce.
We got another fight coming. One more.
Well, we got what I'm going to do just because of time. I'm going to play the last 2 rounds of Mickey Ward and Alfonso Gomez. Now, this fight was in 97. Well, I'm sorry, Ward and Sanchez, Alfonso Sanchez. 1987. And Ward
And
was a
now
huge underdog. Sanchez
Sanchez, another one undefeated.
He was a 16-0, 15 knockouts. He was a beast, and he was being groomed to be the next, Mexican Chavez. And Mickey Ward, look at Mickey Ward's hair. Mickey Ward was a huge underdog. This was the first fight on that undercard for the Whitaker De La Hoya pay-per-view.
Now, where is this, in Las Vegas?
Yes. So Sanchez is up 50-44. He's won every round, according to Harold Letterman.
Killing Mickey.
So we're playing the last 2 rounds, and I remember I was barely paying attention to this, and every time I looked up, Sanchez was just landing shots on Mickey, and Mickey wasn't doing anything. And Mickey, it's still more the same.
George, Mickey has one mode. That's it.
But this fight pretty much ruined Sanchez. I mean, he was 16-0, and right here he looks like he's about to get a knockout. He was 16-0, and Sanchez ended his career 20 wins and 6 losses.
Marlon. It's like Stalin Marlon with the fucking. He used to kill those undefeated fighters. You just talked about that other fighter Marlon just beat. Same type of deal. The Ratchet Hatchet, whatever the fuck Marlon beat.
Yeah, you're right. Some of these fighters, they're just so confident in their ability that they know the cruising. Cruising, exactly.
Cruising.
Well, Sanchez, like we just said, undefeated. They were building up to the next Chavez. He was beating the hell out of Mickey Ward. They were ready to stop this fight.
I mean, and this is odd because he was really, he was beating Ward down.
The face up, hurting him in the middle. I mean, he's dog walking Mickey Ward in this fight.
Beating him all over.
And Mickey's got that one fucking punch that he's just hanging.
Just Sanchez is going to the body. But I was shocked because it was 6 rounds of Sanchez just beating Ward down, and Ward didn't look like he had much left.
No, he looked toast, George. He looked toast.
I believe the HBO commentators were saying, "Stop this fight! Stop this fight!"
Yeah, they were, George. They were, Bruce.
This is just too much of a beating.
Well, I read. Go ahead, Bruce.
We saw a George Foreman, Michael Mora-like finish.
I read a little bit about this fight before we went on the air, and Ward was supposed to fight Julio Cesar Chavez, and Chavez got hurt. And during this fight, the announcers were just ripping Ward. They were ripping Ward, saying, "Oh, Ward's not doing anything in this fight. Why would Chavez not fight him? And Chavez would destroy him." Look at Pernell Whitaker. There's my guy right there.
They must have 151's drunk driving tape that I have.
Sweet Pea,
There's Pernell.
Damn, I love Sweet Pea.
Sweet scientist. There's a scientist right there.
And he looks young and clear.
Scientist.
So this is it. Look at Mickey's face. 7th round. He's been getting beat down. He just got beat down for 6 rounds.
Been catching that overhand right. Look at that face. It looks like he's got road rash on there. Get that Vaseline. Salute, focus ball. Healer, mind, coach, and body, bro. Salute out there, man.
It's like, I'm never giving up. He's like, I'm not giving up. He's like, don't throw in the fucking towel, bro. Don't throw in the fucking towel.
Meanwhile, look at Sanchez. I'm beating this guy down.
Let's go, bro. Yeah, Sanchez. Let's go, Mickey.
And Sanchez has been landing body shots. Like he was beating down, he was beating Mickey Ward down, head and body.
Yep. Complete beatdown, George. This was a complete beatdown.
And look how Sanchez looked really good for 6 rounds.
Good. Really
6.5 rounds.
Really good.
Yeah, this was This was almost kind of like a boring fight. You know, when is it going to get over? Come on, we don't want to see
Yeah.
this guy get butchered
Yeah.
up anymore.
Yeah.
Unbelievable stuff.
This is
Unbelievable
the
stuff.
beauty of boxing is like, is this fight a guy you could just lose every minute of every round, and then it's over and
Never
you've
take
won.
your eyes off the fight. Champ Ross, my
George.
brother. Salute, bro.
So many of these fighters have iron chins. And you can lose, but nothing hurts worse than that left to the liver.
Yep.
And there's something to be said about that left. You know, we saw Roy Jones go to the right to the ribs, but that left to the liver is paralyzing. It's just. And Errol Spence, I hate going back to Errol, but Errol's got that left to the liver. That's what he's going to do with Ugas. He's going to rip Ugas's liver out.
There it is.
Oh, you just missed it. You just missed it. Look at him crawling around. See, that's a time delayed punch too. You go down.
Crying over. Fight over.
You go down before you realize your brain is not knowing the pain of your body feeling. And then 2 seconds later, it catches up with your brain.
He just can't control his legs. He can't get up. Up. Look at the crowd. Everyone's stunned.
And Mickey Ward is just so happy. My career continues. And this is another fight. How much? What do you think Mickey made? Like 50,000 for this fight?
No,
whatever it was, it wasn't enough.
No.
Well, he went to Vegas.
15.
I don't know. I'm not a pocket watcher. I have no idea. I'm just going to say that's what I would assume.
This is pre Gotti, right?
Yeah, but 50 grand is not considered extraordinary amount of money for HBO.
25. I'll say 25.
George, you know you're backstage here.
This wasn't the headliner. The was the headliner.
You get paid. I've seen some contracts, and you get paid. You get paid more when you're on HBO or Showtime. But I don't think Mickey Ward got it. And remember, Ward was the look at that left hook.
He got a sweet. He got a sweet for sure.
Ward was the opponent. Ward was the opponent.
Look at this in slow motion.
He just folded.
You'll see it in a second, Mad Chad.
I would say Sanchez got 75 and Mickey got 25. That's what I would say. What year is this fight?
97.
Yeah, that's what I'd say. Maybe Mickey
97.
got 25.
That's when I got into the nutritional supplement business.
Short.
Look at him now. Now he realizes what happened.
Look at using supplements.
Like, do you remember the reaction that Oscar De La Hoya had once he went down from that Bernard Hopkins left hook to the liver? He knew he wasn't going to get up. He was mad. He was mentally mad because he knew the body was not going to rise.
That was the weakest looking body shot knockdown I've ever seen.
George.
Dr. George. Who's this doctor right here, man? This is the famous Las Vegas physician.
That's not Flip Homansky, is it?
Yeah.
Is it Flip Homansky?
Mm-hmm.
Look, Mickey Ward still had his mouthpiece in all that time. He was ready to keep fighting.
And Mickey took a beating in this fight. Let's face it.
He did.
The majority of the fight, he got hammered on here.
But Sanchez was 16-0, so this was his first loss. He ended his career 20 wins and 6 losses. So he was never the same after this fight. Never the same.
No, he never. Mickey Ward only got bigger and better after this fight. I got an exit here. What's going on?
Mickey Ward. Wow.
We got one more knockout we could show George, or you think we won the people out over here?
Well, listen, it's 8:54. The beauty, I mean, let's see. You know what? think Trick was talking about Roy Jones and Glenn Wolfe. And that's been a while since I've seen that fight. So I can cue it up to the knockout, and we'll get out of here before 9.
Yeah. Bruce, I get a kick out of your banner. It says, please subscribe. Bruce, it should say, subscribe, motherfuckers. Like and subscribe.
Not Chad. You just told me you were gonna check that nasty mouth of yours.
But
Bruce?
I can't help it, honestly, because swearing is a sign of intelligence, George.
Bruce, you can go to it. So this is Glenn Wolfe and Roy Jones. This is a 1-round destruction by Roy Jones, who
Beat down.
wasn't known as much of a body puncher, but this is another
Woo!
body shot knockout by the great one. Caesar's Palace.
He's right in the amateurs too, George. That would be such a great thing if he was still behind the camera going to the ranch and going with Roy.
Yeah.
He was with the amateurs. Shout out
Yep.
to Roy Jones Jr. Shout out to Roy. Let's go, Roy.
And this wasn't even a title fight.
But
This
we're
is
gonna
before-
see the beauty of a body punch. The
Ah,
beauty of
multiple. I think it's
effing.
multiple
I'm not even gonna
punches.
say it, Matt Chad. You've been saying it enough.
And this one's for Trick Nolte. Trick was talking
Trick,
about this fight.
Yes.
Shout out to Trick Nolte.
Mad love for Trick Nolte, man, our brother.
Mad love.
I think Trick Nolte's the one who's responsible for this, putting us together over here on Tuesday Night Fights. So, Trick Nolte,
Absolutely.
send me the bill in the morning. Write it on an ice cube, brother.
I can't believe Bruce does drugs online, honestly. I'm going to have to unsubscribe.
He's a card-carrying member.
Mad Chad, I'm gonna take your wrench away if you don't shut your mouth.
Oh, I like this. Little
You came
Bruce
in
Cass
here.
and Mad Chad. I like it.
He comes in here. He begs me for a wrench. I give it to him. Then he says he's going to unsub and take my wrench. What kind of a person is that?
Whoa.
Where does he think he's going to get in here?
Fire.
When's this fight getting over, Bruce? Honestly, because I'm getting ready to leave.
Well, you can leave. Just don't let the door hit you in
That
the
right.
ass.
George, Mickey had that left to the liver, but fucking Roy had the brutal right to the body. He would talk that right to the body.
Oh,
Body. How the fuck do I say body? Body? It's body. Body.
Here you go, Mad Chad. This is a note directed to you
cursing
from my brother
is a sign of
Picasso.
neglecting or not having the ability to use normal words to express yourself.
Probably, you're right.
Well, why don't you just say, well, then go fuck yourself, right? No.
No, it's
Mad
PTE,
Chad.
honestly, George. A lot of concussions. I had smelling salt. I was in 7th grade. They were giving me smelling salt.
Glenn Wolfe is about to need some smelling salt.
Here we
Oh,
go. Oh, it's already. And the
No,
fight
he's
is
gotta
over.
be-
Wow.
it was a body shot. He
Well,
just quit.
come on.
He just quit.
He just shit himself. If you get hit to the liver hard in the body, you feel like you got a shit.
I
Well,
think
there
he
was one
caught
I was
him.
going to show, bro. I was going to show the Alexis Aguayo, Cornelius Boza Edwards fight.
Oh, Aguayo. Oh, my God, Bruce. Oh, Alexis.
Well, Cornelius Boza wore white
Someone
trunks
call an
during that fight.
ambulance.
I
don't
just
think
said
it was-
Alexis, and Alexis came on. I said Alexis, the fucking computer phone. Red Ted, what the fuck? Alexis, shut the fuck up.
Not Chad. You better treat her right because that's the only girl you're going to have left.
No, I don't have no girl. She's in a room.
Well, you
We're
got
on-
one, and her name is Alexis.
I took
And
bottles
you don't
back
watch
to
your
my-
mouth, you're going to lose Alexis.
No, honest to God, all I have is me and God, honestly. It's me and God. I don't
What
even
about
know
Bruce?
what anybody is.
No,
What
you've
about
got this.
Bruce?
You've got this body shot too, Mad Chad. So watch
Here
this.
we go. Oh. Tap to the jaw.
All right, come on, HBO. Show.
Little
Look at-
Ollie
look at
shuffle.
Bruce with his
That was a
hands down.
weak
He's doing an
shuffle.
alley shuffle. Look at
Oh,
him.
that was that
Right there.
left hook
right
to the
there.
body. It was
Oh,
that left
the
hook to the
boom
body.
walk.
Yeah. And it was right on the liver. Right on the liver.
He
Not
made him
even
right
hard.
on
He
the
made him
liver.
quit without putting him down. That was
Right
it
there.
right there.
Right there. At the end of the fight, he just turns away. He
Game
doesn't want any
over.
more in him. He took the bitch
No
right out of
mas.
him with that little tap
No
to the
mas.
liver. No, yep, that was no
Man, what a
mas.
fighter! What a Picasso. Your
George,
name
George,
is what
someday,
Roy Jones
George,
was as a fighter. He was Picasso.
George, I was just getting ready to say he was like John Lennon penning a fucking song. Like this dude was at that whole level of Imagine. Like for that period, the way that he could throw a punch from the top to the bottom for the angles, it was you'll never see it again.
Look
No.
at the tuxedo. Look
Well,
at the tuxedo.
from that period of time,
Boy, I go, are you out of your fucking mind? Talk to me in 3 or 4 years about Boots Ennis. Don't even say Boots Ennis Roy Jones, because honestly, this was the baddest motherfucker that I've ever seen fight in my life for a short time. Like Tyson, Roy Jones Jr. Those are the two that were just way beyond the stratosphere of like the competition.
yep. In the 90s, absolutely, because it was from 160 to 175. It was Roy Jones and everybody else at that stretch of time. And then in the heavyweights, from 86 to 89, it was Mike Tyson and everybody else.
They were short-lived, huh, Bruce? For time.
Shooting stars, bro. Shooting stars. We saw them peak,
Like
and we
that
saw them
song.
fall.
I'm a shooting star, don't
Yeah.
you know?
Well, we saw them rise, and we saw them explode, and then we saw them fizzle out. And it was
And
beautiful,
they're
sad,
both carrying
tragic.
on at Apatone. Both these gentlemen, Roy Jones and Tyson, are both fucking carrying on the boxing tradition and promoting the sport at the highest
As it
level.
should be.
Shout out to Mike Tyson and Roy Jones. Honestly,
You know
two
what?
guys that were in the ring as legends and outside the ring legends.
And shout out to Tuesday Night Fights. Because once again, Tuesday Night Fights brought you some special moments in the sport of boxing.
We did, man. I'm telling you, bro. If we were doing this in my living room on a VCR, I would do it because I have such a good time here. And the fact that we can share it with people. And George, I'm making you famous over here. You got to remember that. We just have such a good time over here.
Fucking Djokovic in the corner, man. This motherfucker. George, someday I have streams someday. Subscribe to my channel. I just listen to music, talk boxing, basketball, life.
I thought I subscribed to you, Matt Chad. And if I didn't, I will tonight. I thought
you're probably blocked. If you don't have a wrench over at Mad Chad's, those morons over there, they block you. They put you in timeout. And there's nothing you can say about it because Mad Chad, he doesn't care about that.
Right.
He says block everybody. It's a crazy scene.
It's an honor to hang because thank you, Bruce, for let me know about George.
Oh, bro, you made it tonight, man. This was every week somebody comes on here and does it extra special than I do it. George 99% of the time, but then we have a special guest, Trick Nolte in here, Mad Chad in here. Last week, I don't even remember who was here, but man, I love it because everybody's welcome over here, man.
We had G5
I don't really care who your favorite fighter is.
G5,
I don't really care what color you are, what church you go to, who you vote for. This is Tuesday Night Fights, and the key word is fights because we all love boxing, and that's why we're here. And you cats, any of you guys want to say goodbye before I kick you out of my house?
Wait. I just want to get Mad Chad going again. Hang on.
Okay.
Oh, baby. Honestly, George, that was one of the most eventful nights. That was a game 7. That was like, a Kentucky Derby. This was the most entertaining event. One of the most entertaining events of my life.
April 15th. That anniversary is coming up.
Yes, we definitely have to do that fight. We have to do that fight, man, because that was that was another night that my heart was on my sleeve because my wife had just left me and I was like a puppy dog walking around. But bro,
wow.
I waggled my ass to Brown University by myself. I paid my $15 and I sat there. I had 3 bones of nice Colombian gold on me, and I had a couple of brown professors sitting next to me. We were passing the joints, and I was talking the fight. And bro, I was the professor that night. It was a fucking great night, bro.
There you go. 37
Absolutely,
years,
man.
Bruce. It'll be 37 years
Oh,
since
37
this
years.
fight.
George, but how old are you? 34, 35?
No, when that fight happened, I was in 10th grade.
See, George, when I was in 10th grade, it was 86. What year were you in 10th grade? Like Bruce is 67.
Yeah.
I'm 52.
Whatever, Junior.
Is George
53.
31, 32?
53.
You're 53. Like I said, you're a snack athlete. TB12. I don't know. I see the water, so I lean towards TB12, but I know that's very expensive to be a TB12 athlete because I've tried both.
I was a junior. I was a junior when they had this fight, so I was not. And I didn't see it live, Bruce, because it was on closed circuit. And
I understand, bro. You were the same age for this fight as I was for Frazier and Ali.
wow,
And I never saw that fight live because of the circumstances. I was 17 years old or whatever. I had school the next day, and it was like you said, you had to go to a theater to see it.
Yep.
I didn't even have a car at the time, so
right,
bro. I was where you were at, when you were where I was at, and I was
Bob Arum's biggest fight, Bruce, huh? Bob Arum.
I was 30 years old for the Hagler and Hearns fight, so I was styling and profiling. Like I said, if my heart wasn't broken, I probably would have been. I don't even want to think of what I would have been. I had a great night of it, and we're gonna definitely do that fight, man. That was just We'll get the old Toka 2 cleaned out for that one. Mad Chad, you grab some apple fritter up there. George, you're going to be driving that night, so I don't want you drinking or smoking. And we're going to watch that fight, man. Water, Algua. Hey, my water glass, 16 ounces, almost over. So I filled it up at the beginning of the show. So I'm about ready to get up and get another one. Go watch Scrapbook Boxing of that Stormy Bees. My brother Mad Chad with the PBR.
Tuesday Night Fight, sponsored by Pabst Blue Ribbon.
We used to get the 25 cents, the 8-ounce bottles at the bar, bro.
George, but you know what pirates drink? What kind of beer pirates drink? PBR.
Oh, man.
George, what's the best thing about duct tape?
What?
It turns no into
Take us home, Bruce.
All right, man. Hey, guys. Lovely people. I thank you so much for coming in here, man. We got Bruce Gass over here. I had Mad Chad. I had George Jakovic. We even had our special guest, Trick Nolte, stopped in tonight. Tuesday Night Fights. You were here. We appreciate it. We're going to do it again next Tuesday night. We're going to think of a good topic. If anybody has them, please put them underneath, man. Put them in the comments section, because believe me, we are casuals over here. You guys are the boxing fans. We're here to fulfill your wishes, and your wishes are at our command, and we love it, man. Speaking for the three of us back here, and G5, we didn't quite make it tonight, but G5 is one of us too, man. We love boxing, and we're trying to keep these classic fights alive, and there's just so many different facets. Last week we did the left hooks. Today we did the body punches. Who knows? Maybe we're going to do the classic right hands. But anyway, man, thank you so much for coming in. Like my brother Mad Chad tells me all the time, there's no guarantee. So, thank your maker every day. Hug your loved ones, man. Just do the right thing, and we'll see you next week, man. Peace.